They laughed at him. Not loudly, and not always to his face, but it was there, in the quiet moments, in their smirks, in the unspoken doubts that hung in the air. He could feel it. From the outside, he was just an ordinary guy. No money, no influential connections, no obvious talent that anyone could point to. All he had was a dream. And in a world that worships results, dreams without proof are often treated like jokes. Every single morning, he would wake up long before the sun even thought about rising. Not because he had some important meeting to get to, but because he held on to the belief that one day he would. While everyone else slept peacefully, he'd sit on the edge of his bed, the same heavy question echoing in his mind. What if I'm wrong? His family just didn't get it. His friends, one by one, started to drift away. Even the people who had once offered words of encouragement began to change their tune. Be realistic, they'd say. Just get a normal job. People like you don't make it. And maybe, just maybe, they were right. Statistically, most people don't. But here's the secret they didn't know. He wasn't chasing success. He was running from regret. He tried, and he failed. Then he tried again, and he failed again. And again. Application after application was rejected. His ideas were completely ignored. Doors he knocked on were slammed shut in his face. With each no, the weight on his shoulders grew heavier. There were so many nights he just stared up at the ceiling, wondering if this constant struggle was a sign from the universe telling him to just quit. His bank balance kept dropping, and his confidence wasn't far behind. Eventually, people stopped asking about his dreams. They just assumed it was over. Another forgotten ambition. But what they couldn't see, what nobody saw, was what happened when no one else was watching. Those late nights in a cold room, fueled by cheap meals. He was studying while others were out partying. He was practicing while others were relaxing. He was working long after his motivation had vanished, when only pure discipline was left to carry him forward. There was no applause, there was no recognition, and there was absolutely no guarantee that any of this would ever pay off. All he had was faith. He would constantly remind himself, I don't need everyone to believe in me, I just need to not quit on myself. And so, he didn't. Then one day it felt like his entire world collapsed. Another rejection, another major failure. But this time, for some reason, it hurt more than all the others combined. He sat there, completely alone, his hands shaking, his mind racing. What if this is it? What if I've just wasted years of my life chasing a ghost? For the very first time, the idea of quitting actually felt peaceful. No more pressure, no more disappointment, no more feeling like he had to prove something to anyone. But then, something happened. In that moment of near surrender, an image flashed in his mind. He remembered the person he promised himself he would never become. The version of himself who gave up when things got hard. And that thought, that vision, scared him more than failure ever could. That night, he made a choice. It wasn't a choice to win or to prove everyone wrong. It was a choice to go all in. No more excuses, no more backup plans, no more half-hearted efforts. He stopped telling people about his plans. He stopped waiting for anyone's validation or approval. He completely stopped caring who believed in him and who didn't. He focused on one thing and one thing only. Getting just a little bit better every single day. Months passed by in a blur of focused, silent work. Then, on a completely ordinary day, something truly extraordinary happened. An email appeared in his inbox. Then a phone call came. An opportunity. The very same people who had ignored him before were suddenly interested. The same doors that had been slammed shut were now creaking open. All that work he had done in silence was finally starting to make some noise. And just like that, in what felt like an instant, everything changed. People started talking. It's an overnight success, they said. What a lucky break. He just got lucky. But luck had absolutely nothing to do with it. They didn't see the nights he cried himself to sleep, feeling utterly alone. They didn't see the sacrifices he made, the things he gave up. They didn't see the relentless, grinding discipline it took day after day. They only saw the result. And suddenly, everyone believed in him. But here is the real truth of it all. If everyone believes in you right from the start, you're probably not aiming high enough. Being doubted is a natural part of the process. Being ignored is a fundamental part of the journey. Being underestimated is often a sign that you're doing something different, something that others can't yet see. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards persistence. So if you're watching this right now and you feel like no one believes in you, good. Let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them underestimate you with every fiber of their being. Because one day, they won't be saying, "No one believed in him." They'll be saying, "Wow, we didn't see that coming." And by then, you won't need their belief anymore. Thanks for watching.